Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a seriously fascinating journey. Every single dawn and dusk across India, literally millions of lamps are lit in homes, temples, and shrines. It's a gorgeous custom for sure, but this simple act, lighting the Deepa, is actually one of the most profound expressions of Sanatana Dharma. We're going to explore the incredible leap from a simple, physical clay lamp all the way to the metaphysical cosmos. So get ready to decode the hidden geometry and spiritual power of Deepa Puja and the Arti ritual.
So I want to start by asking you to look past the everyday, routine nature of lighting a lamp. Think about it. Why is a simple, flickering flame the ultimate bridge to the divine? We see fire every single day, right? But in this context, it isn't just about throwing off some light or heat. Ancient wisdom tells us it holds deep, universal secrets. It acts as a conduit, literally carrying our intentions straight upward.
Okay, let's dive into this. Consider this absolutely incredible quote from the ancient Skanda Purana. Among the light of fire, the light of the sun, the light of the moon, this lamp is the best of lights. The ancient Vedic texts revere Agni, the fire god, as the ultimate messenger, the mouth of the gods. When you light a lamp, you aren't just brightening up a dark room. You're opening a direct cosmic channel of communication. Agni transforms our physical offerings into divine blessings. It's a real game changer when you look at it that way.
But to really wrap our heads around this, we have to look closely at the lamp itself. The physical parts of the diya aren't just practical tools for keeping a fire burning. It's like a giant puzzle. Together, they form a perfect, metaphorical map of our own spiritual makeup. Every single element of the lamp holds a specific, profound meaning. So let's break down this anatomy. First up, we have the pita, or the base of the lamp. Just as the base sits firmly on the altar, this represents our physical body, grounded in the earth. It is our solid foundation in the material world. It has to be stable and clean to hold what comes next, right? Inside that base, we pour the oil, or the ghee. Now this represents our accumulated desires, our ego, and our karmas. Think about that for a second. The very things that weigh us down in life, actually scratch that, it's more like all our worldly baggage is offered up as fuel. They are consumed and purified by our spiritual practice.
Resting right there in the oil is the varti, the wick. The wick symbolizes the jivatma, the individual soul, basically you and me. It acts as the individual vessel. Unlit, it just sits there soaking in the oil of our desires, but it holds the ultimate potential to be ignited, just as we all hold the inner potential for total enlightenment.
Now what's really interesting about this slide is how the true magic happens when the spark is introduced. The Deepa Jyoti, or the flame, represents Paramatma, the divine consciousness. When the wick is lit, the individual soul merges with divine awareness. The flame consumes the oil of our ego. This merging is the literal definition of yoga. It's the ultimate union, the integration of the human soul and eternal divine awareness. It is an absolute masterpiece of symbolism just sitting right there on the altar.
So, we've explored the stationary lamp, but what happens when we pick it up? During the Arti ritual, the lamp becomes dynamic. If you've ever witnessed an Arti, you'll know the flame is always waved in a specific, circular, clockwise direction. Why? Well, it's certainly not a random choice. There is a deep, cosmic connection at play here.
To make sense of this, we have to look at how Hindu philosophy views direction. Dakshināvarta, which is the clockwise or rightward motion, is contrasted with Vama, the anti-clockwise or leftward motion. Sanatana Dharma views the right side and clockwise motion as perfectly aligned with the universal rhythm. It mirrors what is straightforward, honest, and pure. Anti-clockwise, on the other hand, is seen as contrary or going against the natural cosmic order. Moving the lamp clockwise aligns your personal worship with the grand, sweeping flow of the universe itself. The origin of this clockwise devotion actually ties back to a captivating micro-mythology. Long ago, there was this tyrannical, ego-driven demon king named Hiranyakashipu. He demanded everyone worship him and only him. But his young son, Prahlad, had unshakable faith in Lord Vishnu. Enraged by his son's devotion, the king challenged Prahlad, demanding, "If your Vishnu is everywhere, is he in this pillar?" And Prahlad innocently but confidently said yes.
In a total fit of rage, the king struck the pillar, and from it emerged Lord Vishnu in his awe-inspiring Narasimha avatar, half man, half lion. In a divine dance of justice, Narasimha defeated the tyrannical king. After this incredible triumph of good over evil, devotees began to honor Lord Vishnu with lamps and circular motions.
They were essentially mimicking the cosmic flow of divine justice that brought Narasimha to Prahlad's rescue, which gave birth to the clockwise arti we know today.
And this brilliantly illustrates how deeply interconnected the ritual is with the universe. Just look at the cosmic scale here. To put that into perspective, that small movement of a handheld lamp actually mirrors the massive rotation of the Earth and the Sun's path. As the flame moves, it creates a Jyoti Mandala, a protective circle of divine light that removes negative energy. It acts as a miniature pradakshina, so instead of you walking around the deity, the light circles the deity on your behalf, always keeping dharma or righteousness on the right side.
Have you ever noticed how many times the lamp is circled? Usually it's exactly 3 times. This specific number is incredibly meaningful during the ritual. Performing exactly 3 clockwise circles specifically symbolizes the complete and total surrender of the devotee's body, mind, and soul to the divine. Layer by layer, the ego is just melted away into pure devotion.
Let's move to this next idea and see how this builds, because we've looked at the vast scale of the cosmos, but let's bring it right back down to the quietness of the human mind. The outer flame you're observing is actually a mirror for your inner consciousness. When you observe that physical light, it becomes a seriously powerful tool for modern mindfulness and inner transformation. In fact, there's an ancient yogic technique dedicated entirely to this, called Tritaka Dhyana. It's the practice of watching a flame with acute awareness. The flickering flame, the subtle movement of the air, it all works to steady our restless thoughts. By focusing entirely on the physical light, you build extreme mental concentration and purify the mind. It is a living meditation.
So the crucial point is this. The Deepa ultimately represents Atma Jyoti, the light of the self. Look at how a flame always points upward, no matter what. It mirrors the soul's natural aspiration toward the higher realms. It acts as a constant, beautiful reminder that we are not just our physical bodies, the Pitta. We are the inner light itself.
I want to share this beautiful, translated Sanskrit verse with you because it just perfectly hits the nail on the head regarding everything we've uncovered. Where the lamp burns, the darkness flees. Where devotion burns, illusion ends. That is the ultimate spiritual victory right there. The inner light of wisdom completely destroying the darkness of ignorance and illusion. We've seen how the oil represents our ego and our desires, acting as fuel to be totally consumed by the light of our awareness. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to reflect on. As you go about your day today and face the normal challenges of life, what are you using to fuel your inner flame? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the profound wisdom of the Deepa Puja. Keep learning and keep shining that inner light.